Let me go to Mr. Debasish Banerjee, Managing Director of CESC, Calcutta. Sir, over to you.
Yeah, a very good evening. We have been seeing that over, I remember maybe decades ago when you used to visit Delhi, we had eye burns, where the eyes used to burn because of a lot of carbon monoxide being pumped in the air. And but going forward now, we don't feel the burn because people have been, sensitized on the matter of air quality index. And that time, I think it was not there. So I would liken it to the kind of movement where, transport is moving from the conventional fossil fuel based to electric vehicles. And yes, in the city of Calcutta, there is already 75 electric buses which are running, and it's going forward to 1,000 and 2,000 more. So, and obviously we are providing the electrical infrastructure for charging these high-speed, buses. We are also building up, the ecosystem for the electric vehicle mobility. Obviously, there are metro railways, there are electric ferries, there are electric trams, and so on and so forth. So when you draw a similarity between this, DG sets are the ones which are operating on the kind of fuels which have a lot of SOx and NOx emitted into the air. We understand that wherever the private utilities are serving this country, whether it's Mumbai, Calcutta, or Delhi, they are providing 24/7. So, generally speaking, DG set should not be required. But then DG sets are kept as a big standby, and they are kept by the buildings, whether it is the healthcare industry, whether it is the hotels, whether it's so on and so forth. And we understand when we talk on power creating a lot of, fossil fuel power creating a lot of, environmental issues, let me tell you, 28% of the energy related CO2 emissions come from buildings per se. So it's a point of use. So at the point of use, electricity at the point of use is the cleanest, safest, and most affordable system as we are talking about electric mobility, and we talk on electric cooking as well. So we understand the diesel generating set capacity in India is 95 gigawatt. I don't know, right figure, wrong figure. I got a figure, and it's increasing. So now what's the alternative? What is the healthy alternative, a cleaner alternative? Obviously a battery storage system. Now, why a battery storage system? Because battery storage system, unlike a DG system, is just not sitting idle. DG sets are sitting idle in the system, and there's a capex incurred, but it's not being used because in cities like this place we don't use it. Now, whereas when you use a battery energy storage system, we had tried out battery energy storage system in Calcutta on a small distribution scale of 315 kilowatt hour, and we have found that it is these kinds of storage systems, they are multi-talented. When it's not like DG said not in use, not working, and there's kind of asset. And we have found out 1 year of study that we are able to derive a small energy arbitrage by charging it during the lean hours, low cost of peak hours, and discharging during the peak hours. It has also helped us share the load when there are peak loads in the city by taking a part of that load. And obviously, in terms of deferral of capex, yes, but the cost is very prohibitive currently. The footprint is very prohibitive currently. But as trillions of dollars, billions of dollars are going in for making battery storage in India, we hope that the economy scale going forward would be better. So even in terms of deviation settlement mechanisms, frequency management, and renewable power intermittency, we found it to be good. So we tried that. We have just done a floating microgrid with a floating solar and storage. Now going forward, we feel that battery energy storage can have a good potential, and as a utility, we feel that if we convert all the DG sets to a battery energy storage by the user, by the C&I user, that is commercial industrial user per se, they themselves, we can use them on maybe a lease model or whatever it is, and we don't need to do further capex. Now, every utility faces a problem of import of power, right? The import or transmission network is clogged. So, you don't know how to do it. Yeah, I was in Mumbai before for 11 years. That side is clogged. When we talk on this eastern side, we feel that going forward, it will be clogged with the huge peaks rising. So at that point of time, this embedded generation in the city as battery energy storage would actually help serve the city per se when there are peak loads. And then we don't have to do those capex because you understand in Calcutta, our peak load is about 2000 megawatts, whereas the average loading would be 1600. So there's a misuse of that. So if you can shape the peak and use that embedded generation, like we have generation embedded in the conventional fuel, but also in the clean side, we can do it. I think it can serve as a model and we can use energy as a service for that along with the consumer. So that's my limited take on it. Thank you very much.